All right, guys. Kind of giving, well, an in-depth look at doing a suspension lift on a 2016 Cherokee Trailhawk. Now, I got the lift kit from, the subframe drop from MSC. It's these 1-inch pucks that go in here, and they are aluminum. They also have some right there in the back. Kind of hard to see, but those are about like 3/4 inch, and then 2 more on the front. That dropped it down about 1 inch and get my geometry straight with the drive shaft. I put the 2-inch rough country lift on it, and it came with these little spacers. It's a leveling kit, and the little spacers, and I don't even think they're 1/2 inch, like 3/8, maybe a little over 3/8. It wasn't giving it enough lift for what I wanted, and not only that, it kind of looked a little shitty. So the 2-inch lift in the front, or leveling kit I should say, gave me enough fender clearance in the front. Had to do the mod to get the plastic out of the way. You just heat that up with a torch. And then on the back, the space between here was only like 3.5, maybe 4 inches at the most. Well, I got it fully flexed out, and the tires were completely stuffed. And I don't know if you guys know, Mary, you probably know as much as I do, if not more. But when you get tires stuffed, that tends to lead to breaking axles. So I ordered a cheap eBay solution, which is a 1-inch puck that goes in place of your coil spacer, or that rough country coil spacer. Here is the 1-inch puck. It doesn't have the holes or none of that BS for the alignment, so you kind of have to pay attention to when you pull the shock out, or the spring out. That way everything lines up when you put it back in. I still got plenty of travel on the shock, so I'm not going to replace that right now. I'm still going to go to Gleam and Alloy LCAs. That way it gives it a little bit more clearance, and then figure out how to get my exhaust tucked out of the way instead of hanging right there by the differential. There ain't a whole lot of options for it because the fuel tank's right flipping there. Yeah, so anyways, as far as installing this, guys, it's super simple. So you got an 18mm bolt, head bolt, I should say, 18mm head bolt that comes right out of here and out of this. That flops out. You loosen your sway bar end link. You don't have to take nothing else loose, just that sway bar end link. Now this thing is super floppy, easy to manipulate. Then all you do is you put your spacer right on the end of the spring and shove it in there. Bolt everything back up, guys. It can't be any more simple. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. I can answer about as much as I am. I went from Wranglers and XJs to the KL. So there's a lot of little niches for the KL as a general. Like as far as their lift kits, you can't do a whole lot with them. You're very limited on the KL. Grand Cherokee, if you guys are looking, debating on whether you want to go with a Grand Cherokee or a Cherokee Trailhawk, the Grand Cherokee has the air suspension, so you're kind of limited on what you can do there. The Cherokee has a great base. If you can get some fabricators to build you something that'll get you a little bit more lift and a little bit more travel, then you might have a pretty good rig. But for somebody that's on a budget like I am, I've done the MFC. It's got the rear wheel spacers back there, or alignment, rear centering alignment kit, and it pushed everything back to where it's supposed to be. it just, everything works so far with this. I haven't got it out on the trails yet. I'm just kind of wanting to make sure that everything's right before I take it out and break it. Other than that, we'll go from there and see how things go.